Hi guys, Gareth here and welcome to this video production and welcome to this VHS update. Yes, if you haven't seen my previous video then you may be a bit scratching your head about this one. So I was on my way home from work last night and stumbled across on a wall some VHSs. Now some of my audience may not know what a VHS is. So a VHS, and this is going to spoil of course one of the VHSs in this little update, is basically one of these. This is a video cassette or a VHS. I used to know what VHS stood for, but I can't think what it stands for quite right now. But basically this is what people used to consume their media on during the 70s and 80s, whether it's TV shows, films, primarily films, that sort of stuff. There was a format war back in the 70s and 80s, similar to the Blu-ray DVD format war between VHS and, at the time, Betamax, which was Sony's offering. I do have here the Omen on Betamax. There is the Omen. That's what a Betamax tape looks like, but smaller than a VHS. Betamax was the better quality version. Think of Blu-ray versus HD DVD. Okay. However, it was actually VHS that won out in the end, the lesser quality format, but it was cheaper in the long run. Anyway, so I have with me a CX bag of VHSs, and of course I have already revealed the first one, so let's get into it. The first one is Clint Eastwood and Kyle Eastwood in Honky Tonk Man. I'm assuming Kyle Eastwood is his son. So there we go, Honky Tonk Man on VHSs. By the way, all these VHSs are in very good condition, both the outer case and the actual VHS itself. So there we go, that is the Honky Tonk Man Clint Eastwood. Next up is Raw Deal, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. I have heard this film, don't know much about it past that, but I have heard of this film. So there you go, looking forward to this one because a lot of what's in this set is very 80s style stuff, and I'm kind of interested and intrigued in some of it, to be honest. Next up is a film in which I haven't seen, and some people scratch their heads at this maybe, but it is Schwarzenegger in Commando. Again, another classic 80s film on VHS. I keep forgetting to show you the back, not that it matters too much, but there you go. Raw Deal, Commando. Next up is a film I haven't personally seen, which some people on this channel are going to scratch their heads at and be a bit, confused by. But I've never watched this film, but now I have it on VHS, maybe will. And it's of course Total Recall, the Paul Verhoeven film starring once again Arnold Schwarzenegger. You'll see a bit of a trend throughout these VHSs, but there you go. That is of course Total Recall. Next up, and I do believe I own this because I do have a Clint Eastwood DVD set, but it is Dirty Harry in The Deadpool. So there we go. This is one of the Dirty Harry films. I'm not quite sure which one. I think it's one of the later ones, but there you go. That is Dirty Harry or Clint Eastwood in Deadpool. Next up is another Clint Eastwood film starring Charlie Sheen, and it is The Rookie. Again, I haven't heard about it. I might even own this on that set that I own, but that is The Rookie on VHS. Next up we have, I know for a fact I think I own this, again in that set, but it is once again Clint Eastwood in Kelly's Heroes. So there we go. They had a message from the army up the brass. So there we go. Starring Clint Eastwood, Telly Savalas, Don Rickles, Carol O'Connor and Donald Sutherland. So there you go. Very cool. Next up we have a film that I've actually wanted to watch for quite some time, but didn't know that Clint Eastwood was in it, and it is Escape from Alcatraz. So I'm very looking forward to watching this at some point, and didn't know that it was a Clint Eastwood film. So I remember playing a PC game back in the day which was actually a Tom Clancy game, which is really strange, and it was Escape from Alcatraz. A good game actually in most ways. So I have the final stack here. Next up is another Clint Eastwood film. Again, there's a bit of a trend going on here. In Pink Cadillac. I've heard about this film, don't know much about it, but I am looking forward to checking it out. Next up is a Chuck Norris film, and I don't know or have heard of any Chuck Norris films, and it is Missing in Action. So I'm looking forward to checking that out when I can. Next up, again, is a film I haven't seen, probably should have seen by this point, but it is the 80s classic Lethal Weapon 1 to be exact. So there we go. Starring, of course, Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. Last but by no means least, and this film needs no introduction, but it is The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, starring Clint Eastwood. This may actually be worth money one day, considering that it is, of course, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly. The outer sleeve isn't in too good of a nick, but the inside is in pretty damn good nick, to be honest. This is actually a rental version of this film, which is why it's in a paper sleeve, what have you. But yeah, The Good, the Bad and the Ugly, starring Clint Eastwood. So when they were on the wall there, saw a couple of those films and thought, I haven't seen those films personally, so I will definitely, you know, seek those films out. I will take those and watch them on VHS, and if I do enjoy them quite a bit, I'll of course seek them out and buy them on DVD. Anyway guys, hopefully you've enjoyed this short little video, this little VHS update. I do have more VHSs downstairs that I found years ago in someone's forecourt in a black bin bag, which I'll go through at some point. But for now, hopefully you enjoyed that little update. If you could for me guys, leave a like, dislike, subscribe, hit the bell icon, make sure the quotations around it, and you receive a notification every time I upload a video to your device of choice. And as always guys, please take care. And until next time, enjoy the rest of your day. Ta-ra.